All right, my friends, how are you today? Very, very, very exciting day. It's the 29th leading into the 30th. All right, we have a new moon happening in the sign of Virgo at 6 degrees Virgo. All right, the moon, Mercury, the sun, Mars, and Venus are all in the sign of Virgo, okay? And all of these are creating a trine to Uranus. Venus, our planet of love, our planet of desires, getting focused, making a trine up there to Saturn. Okay, these are loose, that's a looser connection, but it's still doing it, saying get specific, okay, about what you love, what you want, what you desire. Okay, get focused about what it is that you want, love, and desire. All right, and then take, let's follow this along the chart here. Look at this. Look at all this energy. Look, it's 6:36 in the morning. All right. The sun and the moon at 6 degrees. Uranus at 6 degrees. Well, this is a new beginning, all right? New moons are new beginnings. And this new beginning is about our own self-awareness, okay? Self-awareness. Now, in the new moon, we go internal, we go inside, all right? Uranus is the great awakener, the eureka, the aha moment, all right, that is breaking and changing tradition, applying this to ourselves, applying this to how we make money as well in this world, all right? Mega changes are coming. And again, the awareness, the great awakener, all right? And this beautiful trine to the sun again meaning self. The moon is our emotions, is what we need. Venus is our desires, and this is saying, okay, and the sign of Virgo, okay? In the sign of Virgo, this is saying, let's get focused. Let's get focused on what we want. How are we giving to others? Are we an apple tree? Are we a cherry blossom? Are we a magnolia tree? What are we doing? What service are we creating? It's like we have this whiteboard in front of us that is our lives. And we're like, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm doing. And this energy is suggesting no one is going to write that board for you. Nobody. I could start writing something for you and say, oh, you could do this or this or this. But you're going to walk up and erase it. You might take some of that advice, but it's ultimately your decision. So it's like right on the freaking board, This is like get focused and make decisions. Every month when the moon comes around here into Virgo, I always reference Bob Ross. He'd create these beautiful, beautiful paintings. Okay, he'd make these beautiful skies and the sunsets and start doing the grass at the bottom, and you're like, wow, that is gorgeous. And then you say, okay, we're gonna make some hard decisions here. Time to make some hard decisions. In his soft voice, we're going to make some hard decisions. So soft. Bob Ross. I used to fall asleep watching him paint. I loved it. But he would take this, some grays and some blues and a little bit of black, mix it all together, and then he'd slap on this big mountain that would cover up part of this beautiful sunset that he just painted. And it's like, oh, Bob, what did you do? It was so beautiful. But the thing is, we didn't see the vision. We didn't see Bob's vision, all right? Now, at the time that it was done in 30 minutes, how this guy painted all of these paintings in 30 minutes is insane. It's absolutely magnificent, right? But it was always a beautiful work of art, stunning work of art. So we just didn't necessarily see the vision of what he was creating. Now, let's go back to this chart here. Now, something I've been talking about for months and months and months is this Saturn creating a sextile to Neptune. And again, it's loose right now. They're only 3 degrees apart, this sextile. So I don't have the line up here right now. Okay. Nonetheless, it is creating this magnificent, we're creating our dreams. We're creating the life of our dreams. All right. That, we have the ability to make this Disneyland life, this larger than life kind of thing, and everybody else might only see the swampland and think you're crazy for wanting to pursue such a giant, enormous feat, But again, it's just like, you could have said, hey man, why are you trying to, build this swamp or build this castle in a swamp. It's foolish. Again, we didn't see it. So right now we're going to be saying, okay, but making a decision and saying yes and sticking to it. We can't hem and haw over this. We can't be on both sides of the fence. Mercury has moved home to Gemini. Mercury has moved home to Virgo. It's not in Gemini, where it's just like, well, I could see it this way and I see it this way. We've got no Libra energy right now, where it's just like, well, I need to be diplomatic and see both sides of the fence. No, this is about me and my life's purpose, you and your life's purpose, and seeing the bigger picture and creating it. You're creating your own Mount Everest to climb over. How big of a Mount Everest do you want to climb? We're talking about our life's work ahead of us, coming into focus, and again, making those hard decisions and writing on that board and saying, yes, I'm going to go down this path. Now, the beautiful thing about that is even if it's like you go for 6 months and you realize, I need to make some alterations along the path, at least you are making the effort and putting, again, one foot in front of another. This earth sign, we have to keep going. We're making the decisions and saying, okay, and when we experience, we've got to make a hard turn, we can still do it, but we're still making progress. We're not sitting here saying, I don't know. We should be feeling this huge pull. Again, that sense of desire with Venus, creating, with Saturn. It's just like Saturn's going to turn, coal into a diamond. All right. And that's pressure, baby. That's going to take pressure. That's going to take work. That's going to be painful. It's going to be painful. It's going to be painful to say, yes, I'm doing this and I'm sticking to it. But we have to do it. And it's about, again, the bigger picture of the work that we're doing for others. We're just tiny screws in this giant wheel, this giant mechanism, and we're all playing our part, right? And it's like, it's like catching the sunlight or the moonlight glistening off of water. Each little, reflection off the water and the waves is like this little piece of glitter, this little, piece of light that makes the whole moment magical, okay? So it's like, that's us. We're each little piece that we do of joy, each little piece that we add in of our own light creates this bigger picture that's enjoyable for others. That's this magical thing. Okay, so we're creating this magical thing and not being afraid to let it shine. Right? So remember if you've been following me along, I told you last month, we need to harness this stellium of Leo, all this Leo energy, because when it gets time to do the work, which is right now, come 6:36 a.m. tomorrow morning, it is a new beginning. Come 6:36 a.m. on the 30th, Eastern Standard Time, again, wherever you're at, note that, it is a new beginning. And it's again, we're not hem and hawing, we are making decisions, we are saying yes, we are creating, we're putting it out there, okay? And again, we're making our own, whatever it may be, we're making our own Mount Everest. And it might be a life's journey to get up there and get down, or just to create it in general. And that's all right, because it's what gets us excited, it's what gets us up and going in the morning, and everything else will fall into place as we do that. Okay, that's the exciting thing, is everything will fall into place. And once we say yes to that instance, once we say yes to right now, to yes to what we want to do, what we're feeling called to do, to be of service to others, when we say yes to that, everything else will fall in place. All right, and we have harnessed all of that Leo energy, so we still have the courage to be leaders right now, okay, to not be afraid. Doubt is the killer of self-love. It's like, that Leo energy is all this self-love that we needed. And now we're getting into Virgo season again. We can be analytical and yes and no and this and this. And it's just like, okay, that's great. Tear down the old walls, says Uranus, and now let's build a new, a new bridge, a new whatever, a new staircase, a new empire. And in this new empire, we're again, this is creation station. Let me come back to the chart and show you a couple more things before we, this is this is a deep spiritual calling. Okay, this septile between the North Node being, saying follow our authenticity. This isn't about ego. This isn't victimization. We're not doing this because we need to, because we felt a certain way and now we're getting even, or, you know, to inflate ourselves, it's overinflated ego stuff. No, it's just being right here in the middle, following our true nature, our nurturing calling to help others, okay? And just putting in that work, being very specific about it, following our wants and desires, allowing those to manifest, okay? These two want to manifest and perfect it, okay? And this Tsquare that's going to be happening for the next, I mean, several, is it going to be the next week, this Tsquare, because one after another is going to hit it. It's Venus, then it's Mars. Well, actually on the 1st, excuse me, the sun's going to pass Mars, September 1st. Okay, so that's just 2 days. So everything's forming this Tsquare. It's wanting us to expand, get focused. And once we start writing on that board, okay, then we start to see, okay, I got to fill in this gap here. I need to expand over here. I need to gather more knowledge over here, more information, and everything is absolutely obtainable. And further, this creation, this quintile right here, is creative energy. So it's just like, this is, our self-healing ways that we're structuring, this new structure that we're adding to our life is extremely healing on what we're doing in this creative journey to create for others. Oop, my mouse is being funky. To create for others. I mean, this is just the most incredible new moon that we're going to have this year. This is the most creative, bring it into reality. Then we're going to get into the eclipses in December 25th. We got an eclipse, and then, that's another thing. But this energy, things are coming into focus. Please, I hope you have an amazing time. And again, like we talked about the other day, it's the physical becoming aware and open to the spiritual connection. Okay, following the love and desire, making structure and order to that. And even if there's rebelliousness, okay, because when we're talking about Uranus and self, the sun, the moon, there's this new rebelliousness, okay, which is fantastic. This is exciting. We have to break free from this old thing. And being that rebellion, being that rebel, doing something different to break tradition is it's a crux. It's absolutely important to do that. And further, to remember, to understand that think of a band, any band that's like a punk rock, we don't need the government. We don't need, this order and law. Again, without the precision of making the guitar, without the precision, that guitar would fall out of tune. Okay, without the precision, the structure and the order to make the drum set, they'd fall apart. Without the precision and order, okay, the creating the order for the stage, the whole band would fall off and the message would never be heard. All right, so there is a balance between rebelliousness and destruction and tearing down the old, and a necessary balance of structure and order. And we're recreating this structure and order, okay? So again, that message of rebelliousness would never be heard without the structure already existing, okay? We're just reforming the Jenga blocks. And we get to decide. We get to make up the game. We get to make up kind of the rules because it's our life. There's a collective consciousness as well. There's a collective that we're all playing ball with. And that's the point of the North Node down there in nurturing Cancer. To be more empathetic to our brothers and sisters and make sure that what we're doing is following our heart's purpose, our deeper soul's purpose, and applying these great gifts to others, to be that little glistening, we're not the sun, but if we can just be that extra bit of glisten, each one of us together, we make this magical. We make this possible, a more beautiful world. Okay, so it's exciting. Okay, life-changing energy. I hope you have a beautiful new moon, a new awakening, self-awareness. It's a whole new world come tomorrow. We'll see you then.